the market that we are in right now is very similar to 2009, 2010. Now, the reason I say that is we have been through a lot. And honestly, if you're still here, congrats, because you've made it a far way. A lot of other people have already left the market. Something that I was just thinking about though is the hardest thing right now is not investing thinking that you're paying too much for a company. I think a lot of us feel like the stocks that we're buying and the crypto that we're buying, the assets in general, are at a pretty good value, especially compared to where they've been, right? The hardest thing is feeling good about buying when you know that there could be a lower price in the future. I was thinking about this, and that I think is the number one problem for me. And I'm still dollar cost averaging, right? But that's what's stopping me from, going even heavier, right? Going and maybe putting in twice as much, because I just am a little bit cautious. Also trying to keep some money for a rental property. Also, my income fluctuates a lot too as well. But that is the major problem, is that we don't know how low it'll drop, and that's the toughest thing, right? We might feel good about Tesla at $105, but if it drops to 80, we're gonna wish we had waited. The thing is though, obviously we don't know how low we'll go. The other thing to consider is if you had invested in 2007 and you started investing even more in 2009, right, when we dipped, and then you kept on investing through the dip, through the dip, through the dip. If you had bought, let's say in 2009, we actually saw the S&P 500 bottom around 700, I think it was a little bit below that, in March of 2009. If you kept buying, and you were buying in June or December of that year, I don't know exactly how much it went up, but if you bought within 20% of the bottom, at the time you probably felt pretty dumb, right? You had dropped to maybe 675 and it was up at 800, 900. You were 25% off the bottom. But if you look back now, that was a good deal. I don't think there are too many people that wish that they weren't continuing to buy back then, because that was the cheapest that they saw for a long time. Same thing if you bought a little bit early in the crash and then kept on dipping. If you had bought 800 or 900 and then it fell down to 675, I'm sure at the time you wish you had had more money sitting around. But looking back on it now, you still made a 4x, 5x over these years. And while it's great to say that you wish you had bought at the specific right time, obviously we can't do that. And over the long term, it's really just going to be important that we were investing during this time, because when the S&P 500 goes back up to 5,000, 6,000, 7, 8, sets all-time highs again, maybe it's a few years down the line, we don't know, and maybe this is drawn out, but we're going to be very happy that we were continuing to dollar cost average and continuing to buy when a lot of other investors were too scared. When they were sitting on the sidelines in all cash, we went up 50% and they still weren't buying back. Maybe they'll feel this anchor where they can't invest because they saw prices like Tesla at $100 and then it goes to 200, 300, 400, and they feel this anchoring bias that they can never buy it, even if it is at a good deal. So I think right now, that's something that's important to remember. Honestly, I'm proud of everyone that's made it through this, and I've said that a couple times. I probably say it a little bit too much, but I'm proud of everyone that's made it through this and didn't, throw all your cash into the market. If you did, oh well, I guess it's just a waiting game. But I've been saying for a couple of years now, I think it's important to keep cash and then to continue to dollar cost average. But I'm proud of everyone that's still watching these videos, because you're going to be in a much better spot than those who are not paying attention to the market, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, a couple of years from now still. Let me know your thoughts about this underneath the video. How are you thinking about this market? And I will see you in the next one. Bye.